What is going on? This topic of today's video is relocation to Las Vegas around 6 months later. How it's been, what we've built since we came here. Was it good? Was it not good? Do we feel happy so far? What are places that we need to improve? What are places that surprise us? I'm sitting here in the beautiful neighborhood. As you can see, we have a nice lake. There's actually 3 of those lakes. There's ducks here. Let me show you some ducks. So it's very peaceful here, not what you expect from a city like Las Vegas. Most people, when they hear the name Vegas, they only think of the casinos and the strip, and they think like you live in a hotel room or just on the strip and all you do is gamble all day. So no, there are a lot of these kinds of neighborhoods and suburbs that you don't even feel like you're in the desert, to be honest with you. Look at all this water, look at all these trees, these green. Do you think it's the desert? You don't feel like it's a desert here. There's a heavy load upon my back, no way to throw it off. For a second I believe it's gone. I'm just a fool out of luck. Let's take a step back for a minute and be reminded why I wanted to move, why I wanted to relocate to the US, why I wanted to relocate to Vegas. Well, as you all know, probably some of you know, I have a business, my media company, which has grown a lot in the last couple of years. When we were back home in Israel, we had a good thing, we had a good life, nothing major happened, but there's a lot of issues in Israel that I don't want to get into right now. I don't want to get into politics and all that stuff. So the main decision, kind of two main things that drive us to move to the US and Vegas specifically, is that one is my business. My business started to really expand and grow. So I wanted to push that growth, and being that all my advertisers and my clients and my users were from the US, it just made sense for me to move and be closer to the business and try to expand that. The second reason is more of a personal reason, as I have family here, as I want to see my family grow and expand in this country. So it made sense for us to make that move and try to provide a better life for my girls, for my wife, for myself. Let's just see the view here for a second. Golf course. You can see behind me another golf course. And the strip is over there. You can't really see it now because it's far away. Alright, and as things kind of progress with the move, a lot of people, including my own family, were against it. A lot of people said, why do you need that? Why do you want to move your entire family, get your kids out of school, sell everything, rent your home? It's going to be difficult. Why should you do that? You have a fine life here. Why go on this adventure? And I think a lot of people mistakenly think that you should stay where you feel comfortable. Mind you, I wasn't really feeling comfortable at the place that I was, but I can't say that I didn't have like a good life. But still, a lot of people think that staying comfortable is good. Well, guess what? It's wrong. Challenge yourself again. When you build a business, everything is difficult at the beginning, but when you stagnate, when you reach that level of comfort, that's exactly your sign to look for new challenges, to look for new adventures and try to expand and grow in other areas. Taking it back to the relocation to Las Vegas, I needed the challenge. We needed the challenge, and I felt like this challenge will provide a better opportunities for me and my business personally and business-wise, and so far I was right. All right, Nir, we get it. You wanted to move to the US, just admit it. Sure, obviously, I had selfish reasons to do it as well, but not 100%. You know, I always say it was 50-50, 50% business-wide, 50% personal-wise. And when I say personal, the kind of life that I see from my family, my immediate family, my girls, my wife, is very different from the kind of life I think a lot of people see for us. And I think it's a mistake to try to live your life the way other people see you. You know what I mean? You understand this concept? So I envisioned my life in this country, and I envisioned my life growing here personally and business-wise. I want the best opportunities for my girls. I want the best opportunities for my wife and myself. And I believe this is the place that can provide. Moving to a different country, packing your everything, your life, taking your 2 kids and relocating is not an easy step, let alone with 2 little girls. The first couple of weeks after the move were very, very difficult. I'm not gonna lie, not gonna sugarcoat it. You know, with a 2-year-old baby, she was less than that at the time, and a 4-year-old girl moving to a new country, they didn't necessarily understand what I'm trying to build, what I try to accomplish. There's a big time difference between the US and Israel, so the jet lag was terrible. I would say for the first week, none of us slept. None of us slept the way we're supposed to. You come in with nothing. Granted, I have my business, you know, I make a good living. Fortunate enough that I could support the entire family and this entire move, and without kind of worrying about it. But still, even though the amount of stuff that you need to do is so big that the first couple of weeks you just kind of try to keep it together, to hold on. After that, you kind of try to settle in and build a routine, which, to be honest with you, took a couple of months. It also took a couple of months for my oldest girl to understand English and learn how to speak and understand. Once that hits, though, I mean, it's like that. Now she doesn't want to speak any other language. It's all English all the time, which is awesome. My young girl starts talking English right now. She's gonna be a bilingual girl, which is amazing. So there's a lot of good stuff and a lot of, you know, less good stuff combined, but when you think about it as a whole, this was the right decision. So if I want to get a little bit practical about moving, relocating, you know, in the US you have the credit score system. So when you come here and you don't have a credit, you're nothing. You can't get a car, you can't get any loans, you can't get, it's really, you know, some banks won't even open a bank account for you without any credit score. So the first thing you got to do is build credit score. Now, if you have kids, you got to take care of their education. We were fortunate enough that we were able to get them into a private school, probably the best school in Vegas. You got to get a car. So if you don't have credit, your options are either buy cash, so you can buy a crappy car, like an old car, pay a few $1,000s and just own it. Cars are pretty cheap in the US, it's not expensive. The other options is if you have here or someone that can co-sign for you, they will basically just give a signature that they're responsible in the way that if you don't pay for the car finance or whatever, they will need to pay it. Renting an apartment, buying a house is very difficult without credit score, without credit history. Again, you need a cosign or you pay a lot of money cash. You put a lot of down payment, you're probably gonna get it, but everything costs more when you don't have credit. Now, fortunately, we do have credits and it's a good one, so things are getting easier. But at the first couple of months, forget about it. There's nothing you can do. You gotta pay cash for everything. Alright, some more practical tips for you. Maybe the most important one of them all, and honestly, this is a good tip for life, not just relocating. You gotta have patience. You gotta see the process through. Don't rush things, don't try to rush things. Everything has its own time. Let's go into how it's going right now. As you can see, obviously we live in a very nice neighborhood, better than I expected, or you know what, it's pretty close to what I imagined, what I planned for, but even a little bit better. So in regards to where we live, I like it, we like it. It's a really good neighborhood considering, and it doesn't cost that much for us. The house we live in is great. I mean, it's better than what we hoped to get. Again, I expected to get a nice house with a yard and a pool and all that, but the one that we got eventually is even better than what I thought. The level of living here is what I thought it's going to be, and again, a little bit better. There's peace and quiet here compared to where I'm from. You can think, you can stop for a second, there's no rushing, nobody's in a hurry. So I like that. My wife started working again. She hasn't worked since we moved here because of bureaucracy stuff. You know, so she kind of waited for her authorization to work. She got it a couple of weeks ago. She started working again. So that's been a very positive thing. Another thing that happened that was good. My business is going great. My girls, they're settling in. It took a couple of months, but now I can honestly say, you know, they're adjusted, they like it, they're happy, we're all happy. A lot of you might not know, or some of you know, I really believe in the state of Nevada. I really believe in the city of Las Vegas. I really think this area in the US is going to evolve and grow into a main state that for business and personal and sports, even sports. Recently, Nevada got an NFL team. There's talks about bringing an NBA team here, maybe in a year or two. There's talks about MLB team, a soccer team. Obviously, you have the Golden Knights that are doing very well. These all things maybe it sounds weird to you while you're mentioning sports team. Well, a sports team, professional sports team in a state is very important for the community, and it drives businesses into the state, it drives money into the states. So it's a very positive thing to have, and it's a very good indication that the state is going in the right direction. Besides that, you know that there is a lot of positive migration from California and New York and all these other countries, all these other states to Nevada because the cost of living in California is crazy. This positive migration also brings with her quality people, business owners, people with money, people who want to build and invest. So they move their operations here, they're opening hubs, they're opening businesses. So this means that, as I see it, in maybe 5 to 10 years, because it only started like a couple of years ago, but as I see it, maybe in 5 to 10 years, this state is gonna have like small hubs of tech hub, business owners, all that stuff. Obviously real estate is really growing here. which is another area where I want to expand as well beyond my business. I want to start maybe investing in real estate here in Nevada. So there's a lot of positive things going on in this state that I think will keep growing as more people, more quality people join the state. In terms of the future, maybe I'll do another relocation video like a year later, 2 years later, to show you how we've progressed. If you have specific questions about the move, about relocation, hit me up in the comments. Also make sure to subscribe for more videos. And as always, I'll see you in the next video.